While we're talking about Moody, let's talk about Kuminga. You got the whole Jonathan Kuminga experience in this one. For anyone that's never watched him play, you just got everything. And this is the thing. He just does so much stuff. I've spoken about it before. He just does so much stuff out on the floor. And, for him, he was limited in the first half with 3 fouls. Really disappointing ones. I think he had one on Booker early. Booker's a crafty offensive player. That happens. But then he had one on Eubanks, I think it was, where he was trying to help from the weak side kind of thing. And that was just a ticky-tack one that he didn't need to give away at that point after he committed his first one. And then he absolutely barrels over Yuta Watanabe offensively. And so he plays 5 minutes. He has 3 fouls. He had a bucket. It was okay aside from the 3 fouls, but then obviously, Steve can't utilize him for the rest of the first half. So you go from that, and then all of a sudden, an hour later or hour and a half later, he's closing the game for the Warriors, and he's part of what Steve defined in that game as their best 5, which is unbelievable to think of, really. But it just goes to showcase the kind of X factor and difference that you can get from Jonathan Kuminga, because in the second half, he looked really good. He had, 12. He ended up with 12 points. I thought he was fairly active on the glass. So he had 6 rebounds. I think a couple of them, 3 of them were offensive. So he was really active on the glass, and that's what the Warriors are going to need. So 12 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, a couple of steals, a block, 4 of 8 shooting. It's all looking great. He's closing above Andrew Wiggins. Misses 2 free throws with 90 seconds remaining that would have given the Warriors the lead. And so you just get everything from Jonathan Kuminga. You get the fouls. I think he might have had a couple of turnovers. You get a couple of missed free throws in a clutch moment. And then amongst all that, you get the great stuff as well, where, offensively, there's just, he can duck in sometimes against smaller opponents and finish around the rim. I still love his combination with Chris Paul. So it's just the classic Jonathan Kuminga experience, where there's a lot of bad, some ugly, but a lot of good at the same time. And he ends up playing 20 minutes in a game where he would have clearly played at least 25, if not for the foul trouble in the first half. So the biggest thing I'll take from that is the fact that, hey, he's earned Steve's trust, right? Game 1 of the regular season, he's closing over Andrew Wiggins. And I'm sure a lot of Warrior fans would have thought that would have taken 15, 20 games at least before we saw that. No, game 1. And I liked it. I know he missed the free throws late. I think he had that foul on Booker, which was probably not an offensive foul.